Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the God of Knicks podcast. I'm your host, Paul Reed. I'm here with my co-host, Rick DeRula, and regular Joe. How y'all feeling tonight, fellas?
Feeling pretty good. Nice win. Six straight. You know, feeling myself a little bit.
Feeling myself.
Especially the way this game played out too.
Facts. So, how about you, Rick? How you feeling about tonight?
Man, how can I not feel good, man? When you beat the best team in the NBA, and it wasn't even close. Like, well, I shouldn't say that, but we beat them.
It wasn't.
I mean,
the refs tried to make it close.
We beat them soundly, bro.
We beat them. Yeah, it was a solid game. I mean, when you're up like 20 points, and then the lowest you let them get is 9. It's pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. So, obviously the Knicks beat the Celtics 109-94 at home. They finally, I think they had a 5-game streak at home. Their 6th straight win in general. But beating Boston is always going to feel good. You know what I'm saying? No matter if it's, I'm sure if you're a Giant fan, you love to beat the Patriots and every other, the Yankees and the
Red Sox.
The Red Sox. I almost said the White Sox. It's definitely Chicago. That's how you know I don't watch baseball. But anyway,
hey, you knew it was Sox.
Yeah, I knew it was something had to do with Sox. But that's just how these rivalries go. It'll always be something. But as they would say, whenever the Knicks win, it's a meaningless win because we beat them during the regular season. So whatever. We're the only ones that'll celebrate this or acknowledge it, so that's fine. They were missing Jaylen Brown. He's the only Jaylen that matters. Sorry. And then, of course, that's going to be another excuse. But I think they're 9-2 without Jaylen this year. So, I mean, you can't really use that as much of an excuse when you know you can be a really good team without that guy.
And they just took. What was it? A few weeks ago, they took Milwaukee to overtime, but like nobody. Basically, like their B squad out there.
That was
right.
I think it was you. It was you that was talking about that, right, Ricky?
Yeah.
And
I think I was talking confident to this guy on my job who loved the Celtics, and I was just like, "Yo, I bet you $20 that they lose." And when they had it that close, I was actually sweating. I was just like, "Yo, this is the B squad."
It's like a really, really good game, and that was without Jaylen. That was without Jason.
That was out Smart. Horford was Horford out? Yeah, their starting 5 was pretty much out.
Was it going into the All-Star break? Was the reason why they didn't pull those guys? Okay.
Well, I don't know why they was out, but yeah, it was.
They were out.
Crazy.
So anyway, great game. My favorite part, of course, is Tatum getting burned. He got a little frustrated, got a little mouthy. They were like, "All right, get your ass out of here." And I liked about it was Hart. As soon as they called the tech, he was like, "It's the different Matt Law." Matt Law, yeah, I love that. Man. Like I said, I was talking about him in the chat. That's my favorite Nick, bro. Just the energy and just the effort and all that. That's my favorite Nick. Definitely not the best Nick on the team. My favorite. Sure. Shout out Izzy. Shout out to the chat.
Izzy, what's good?
What's going on, Izzy?
As usual. Old faithful. You know what I'm saying? Sydney, what up? What's going on? Appreciate you. Shout out to the
Appreciate
chat.
it, bro.
So let's talk about it, man. Let's get into some of these numbers that we got here. Let's start with who I feel was the most important piece to this game, and that's Mitchell Robinson.
Okay.
I feel like he has definitely been. I don't know, man. Like he's just solidifying himself in this league, and there's matchups that he's having at this point in his career that never look good. I mean, I used to hate seeing him against the post bigs. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of the Jokic's and the Nurkic's and all of those guys, he would get smoked every time. And Embiid, he would get smoked all the time. And then all of a sudden, it's like he flipped the switch, and now it's like he put that muscle on. I think a lot of it did have to do with putting weight on, and that confidence. But Mitch has been a really, really important piece to this team this year. He was of course 5 for 5. He's hard for him to miss. Except if you shoot free throws, of course he was 0 for 4. But 13 rebounds, 11 of those defensive, which is something that is not, I wouldn't say it's uncharacteristic, but for him for there to be this much of a difference. Try to use a big word and look stupid. For there to be this much of a difference between his defensive and offensive rebounds it doesn't really happen that often. He's really like a really, really good offensive rebounder. But tonight he focused his effort where he needed to be and ended up with 13 overall rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks, only 1 turnover, only 1 foul. 1 foul. Like, that's huge to me for Mitchell Robinson playing 31, almost 32 minutes in a game and having 1 foul. And 10 points for +7 on the plus minus, man. He's just a very, very important piece to his team. Rick, tell me how you feel about what you saw from Mitch tonight, man.
He looked like he figured it out, man. Like, even the putback, just to position himself to box out 2 players and still get the ball back up to go in. Like, I was very impressed by the way he played tonight.
Right. How about you, Joe? How about you? My bad, I didn't block you up.
Can't say enough about the big fella, yo. I mean, I always in the past I accused him of getting punked by Robert Williams every time he played the Celtics. He answered the bell tonight, bro.
Yeah,
for sure.
And Robert Williams was nowhere to be found. They got an APB out on him in Boston.
Yo, they gave a lot of money to that guy.
Nah, I mean, he's a good player.
Yeah, he's worth it.
He's worth it.
He didn't show up. Yeah.
It's just, I wouldn't say he's just like Mitch. He comes with his flaws. You know what I mean? Like, he's not always gonna be great. He comes with his flaws. Shout out Shy. Oh man, how you doing? He comes with his flaws. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I just feel as though when that contract was given out, I do think it was due to how he was playing around that time.
I mean, they didn't pay him. They paid him $14 million a year. It's not like they gave him something.
Which is not crazy. But I'm saying right now, like, that was kind of like the comparison to Mitch at that time. Like, what contract is Mitch going to get? You know what I'm saying? And what amounts they were basing Robert Williams' contract on what Mitch was going to get, basically. So to see that, I guess to see Mitch doing what he's doing at the amount, what is he getting? Like 13 a year?
I think somewhere around the same as
Robert, right?
It's like 14 or 15. Yeah, it's a similar contract. I mean, I'm glad that the Celtics gave Robert Williams the contract they gave him, because it kind of set the market, and it set the market at a very nice price.
Which is good, I mean, Mitch definitely got that bag compared to what he was getting before. He was getting like 1.4 million or something like that. So shout out to Mitch, man. Great game.
Yeah. By the way, that comment, Grimes playing Joe Dumars defense, like, talk about it, bro. Because everybody is complaining about, he played X amount of minutes and he only had this many points. Like, watch this kid play, yo. Like, he just does so many things for this team, man. Like, he's just a good player, bro. Like, the attacking the closeouts, the playmaking, attacking closeouts, the 3-point shooting, the defense. What more can you say, yo?
Like, there was a play tonight. I mean, he only made 2 baskets. I mean, whatever. Like, I'm not tripping about how many baskets he made, because it came within the Florida offense. You know how that goes. there was a play he made. I think first of all, Julius was doing some wizardry out there tonight. I'm not gonna lie. That motherfucker been playing Hogwarts or something, bro. Like, he's been wilding out there. And you know I don't really give Julius a lot of praise. I'm like, yo, I look at him. I'm like, am I Julius fan again? Like, come on. Is this what it feels like? But there were some plays he made. I think there was one play. The play where he threw the pass to Hart in the corner. That was the most beautiful misdirection I've ever seen Julius make.
Yeah.
Ever. Like, that was so beautiful.
Nice.
Entire defense shifted because they swore was going to Brunson.
Yeah.
Or Grimes. I think it was Grimes. Whoever the hell it was at the hash. It was one of the two at the hash, and he threw it to Hart in the corner. And it was just like, yo, like, everybody. Like, please, like, let's do this. This is basketball. And there was another play RJ made where there was like 4 passes along the 3-point line. Yeah. Swung it to the corner. Like, yo,
to Grimes.
To
the Grimes 3. Yeah.
Start making these plays, simple basketball plays, yo. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it looks amazing.
Love it. Love to see it.
That's just me. I like to see that kind of basketball. Of course, it looks good when you got a superstar on your team and he can score 40. But he also has to take so many damn shots, and it doesn't look good. Like, as much as you want to star here in New York, those superstars, you'd be surprised the amount of fans are not like enamored with their style of play. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people hate watching their stars play because they just take so many shots because they have to. You know what I'm saying? Joe, damn, Knicks by 15. Yeah. On the Celtics too. And then we get Jason Tatum kicked out the game. And, you know, that was the icing.
That's icing on the cake. Yeah.
Icing, knock on wood. Or lost on that one, Joe. Sorry about that. Shit, man. Shout out to you, bro. Salute. What you about to say, Joe?
Nah, I was just looking like, I don't know what's happening. But if you look at the last, hold on, let me see how far back I gotta go. All the way back to the Hawks game, right? Quentin Grimes, Josh Hart, Emmanuel Quickly, like the job that they're doing on the stars on the other team. Mm-hmm. I mean, Trae Young and DeJounte Murray had miserable nights.
Terrible.
Right?
Terrible nights.
Then after the All-Star break, we played the Wizards. Bradley Beal had a miserable night.
Yeah, boy.
Mm-hmm. Then we played the Pelicans.
Don't forget
CJ McCollum.
He only scored in the first half.
Yeah, that too.
Mm-hmm.
CJ McCollum with a miserable night.
Yeah, awful.
and now tonight, Jason Tatum with like a miserable night. Like,
these guys are and the thing is that it's our wing defenders like Quentin Grimes. Then you add Josh Hart to the mix. It's like, come on.
Yeah, what the Knicks throw at you right now, what they're throwing at you, like, I already thought it was really good when McBride was in the rotation. But I kept saying that, like, they're so small on the perimeter. Yeah. Like, you replace McBride with a guy with good size like Hart, who also can defend. Like, these guys are having nightmares about coming in and playing the Knicks, man.
Every single time, bro. And I love it, man. You know, it's even starting to feed off on RJ. He's starting to play better defense. And it's like, all right, cool. Like, that's what I want to see. You know, because he was struggling. Yeah. Like, bad. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's still not light on his feet. He's very, very heavy. Clunker foot, like what I like to call him. But
Joe Long in the chat preaching.
Bro, I mentioned it earlier. I put it up there earlier. He says, I think Tibbs has done a wonderful job of building chemistry. It wasn't going to happen overnight. And that's exactly what they've been doing.
Finally.
Yo, listen.
Finally, somebody showing love to coach, yo.
I was going to come here and say, I said, y'all need to start giving coaches respect with the way this team is playing. You have to start giving coaches respect. Don't get me wrong. I haven't been happy with him as well, but I'm not like, yo, get this
bro.
guy
But the thing is, like, we know all of the things that we hate about him, right?
Nice.
Yeah.
It's the same thing
Like,
we knew when he came in.
And those things are not going away, right? But I think that there's something, if you bring in a coach, right? Any coach, there's going to be something that you hate about that coach. Coaches are judged of winning and losing. And this dude has a top 10 winning percentage in NBA history. He's a winner. He's a winner, bro.
Coaches out there, bro. Unfortunately, which sounds
like,
crazy. As many flaws as we could pick from this guy, there's not many other coaches out there that's better.
Like, tell me, like, you tell me that you want to fire him, but like, who's coming in here? And you're not you're not terrified of who's coming in here as a Knicks fan with the history. You have to be terrified of who's coming next. So the fact that this is the guy that's here, like, I don't know, unless you're telling me that I'm bringing back 95 Phil Jackson, like, I'm terrified of who's next, bro.
I'm good. I mean,
he ain't stepping foot in the Garden again. No. He didn't even come the other night when they were honoring the 73 Knicks.
Because why? Why do you think? He didn't? They would have got food in the dance garden, bro. They would have booed.
They would have chased them on up out of there.
That would not have been good for business at all.
You said who was guarding Tatum? It was a lot of Hart and a lot of Grimes guarding Tatum tonight.
Yeah.
Those are like the two main guys guarding him. He had 48 minutes of just hell.
He was frustrated. I didn't think he deserved that first technical, but I didn't hear what he said. I just saw what he did. When he got the tech, I was like, oh, because I've seen Julius talk for way longer than that. Mm-hmm. So it must have been something he said. It's just, especially the second time.
It's usually the match. The second one, though. So did you see the play before he got the tech on the second? Before he got the second tech,
he got fouled.
So he did get fouled. He shot a three.
Yeah, he did.
He forced up a three. He was trying to force up the three to possession before. He quit on his team tonight, right? Let's just be honest. Because the play before that, he was trying to throw up a three, but Hart locked him down. Mm-hmm. He ended up giving it up. I think somebody else put up a three they missed. Then he came down. He was going to shoot no matter what, you could tell. He put up the three. He got fouled.
He did get fouled.
They didn't call it. And he screamed.
Dumbass shot that they didn't call.
He screamed in the ref's face.
Okay.
So, but they didn't call the tech then.
Yeah.
But then once he kept talking, like after I think Hart hit a three, and they were going to, I think they called a timeout. Did they call a timeout?
No,
I can't remember.
Because he was still walking up. He was still walking up.
Yeah.
So, but Hart hit a three, and he started chirping again. And because of his reaction before that, I believe that's what ultimately got him the tech. Because they were like, "Yo, we let that slide, and you're still going, bro. Get out of here."
In the last time, though, I think he said,
I don't know what he
something
said.
That
like, go hit the showers, bro.
Yeah. Just go. I don't know, man. I think he really quit on his team. That's just I really believe he quit on that team tonight. That's very unacceptable. But
watch the last two possessions he had. He 100% just said, fuck it, I'm just gonna throw up a three. It was still like over 4 minutes left. Yeah. And there was time for them to come back, but he just decided he was gonna go outside of the offense and do whatever he wanted, and then he got booted.
Yeah, they kicked his ass right the hell out of it. And at that point, I think it was like 3-4 minutes left in the game. Like, it was over. Like, it's pretty much that was the game. And they already
hit that thumbs up button, y'all.
Yes,
please.
If you're here, subscribe, ring that bell so you know the when we go live. Hit that thumbs up if you're watching. Like I said,
like, comment, subscribe, share with your grandma. Maybe your grandma share with her pastor. Maybe her pastor share with his constituents. But
your auntie, your uncle, your auntie and your uncle.
but somebody mentioned in the chat, defense definitely was the winner of tonight. Like they just locked the Celtics down on so many different plays. Got them to cough up the ball and were able to turn those turnovers into offense, and I just feel like if we can bring that energy in any series that we have in the playoffs, I just see positive outcomes. I was talking about it on Sunday. I was just like, yo, we definitely have to make it to the second round this year.
Mm-hmm. At least. Listen, I'll say this. Any perimeter guard, right, who's coming to play this team right now, like, good luck, man. Good luck, bro. Because it's not just like this team is physical. Mm-hmm. Like, they beat guys up. Like, teams are frustrated because they're getting beat up. And they get beat up on both ends too. They don't just get beat up on defense. Like, you still got to guard Randall on offense, and he's a bulldozer. Like, Jalen Brunson is throwing himself into your chest. You got to deal with RJ coming downhill over and over. Like, it's just a tough, physical team who now has, like, legit. They don't have the 6'7", 6'8" guy I was talking about on the perimeter. But, like, they have legit size on the perimeter now. Like, that I wouldn't want to see. I mean, good luck. Good luck to whoever is going to be the 4 seed.
I don't know if... You good?
I'm back now.
All right. I was like, you're very stoic.
Bro, I don't know what's up with this. It's weird. Anyway, so yeah, continue, because I missed your last like 5-10 seconds.
Nah, I was just saying, like, good luck to like whoever the 4 seed is gonna be. I mean, whether it's gonna be Cleveland and they're gonna bring their 2 guards in here, like, I mean, we're gonna sick some guys on you, yo.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna have to deal with.
Let's not forget about Quickly too, because Quickly was playing some defense.
I mean, it's those 3 guys though. It's Hart, Quickly, and Grimes. Like, good luck.
So that was the next person I was gonna go to, because obviously Mitchell Robinson held down the fort, but to me, I felt like the most impactful player tonight had to be Emmanuel Quickly, because he was just on fire. You know what I'm saying? What did I miss?
Jose Garcia.
Hold on.
That's hilarious. It's the truth though, bro.
But sweet left.
Just ground and pound, bro.
Everybody on that team goes left, besides for like Hart and Mitch and Grimes. That's it. Everybody. I mean, this is obviously you guys have some righties on the team, but all of the most important basketball is made by lefties.
Grimes goes left. He's gonna finish with the right though.
He's gonna finish with the right. Yeah. Grimes made some silly ass moves tonight. I was like, that boy is getting comfortable. That boy is getting comfortable.
The side step to the rim.
That was like, crazy.
Yo, it was so fast. I was like, yo.
Okay. And the thing is that, like that, I always said this about Grimes. Every single time Grimes makes a move, he's making it sharp and quick. And it's like, how can you guard somebody like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know exactly what they're going to do. Every single time Grimes make a move, and he's very reactive. He doesn't plan his moves. Like, there was a play, RJ came down, and he wrapped around, and he threw a turnover from the basket. Now, it was a good thought. It was a good thought.
No, it wasn't.
No. It was a good thought, and the reason why it was a good thought is because I watched the play over again, and who was it? Derek White. He just played amazing defense. That was a great read. It was just a great read. You know what I'm saying? It was not a bad play by RJ, because technically, Derek White wasn't guarding Hart, who was open on the, who he was trying to throw the ball to. I think he was guarding somebody at the top.
Derek White just seen that RJ had nowhere to go.
He saw he had nowhere to go, but he thought he was going to throw it to either, because he was at the top and there was 2 guys on his left, since he's facing his guy. There was 2 guys. It was, of course, I think it was Garden Grimes, so it was Hart, and I think it was somebody else. It might have been Quickly, somebody in the corner. So when he threw it, or he wrapped around, he knew he was like, he's not gonna throw it here to my man. He can't see my man. So I'm gonna just let his team play defense on my man because all of them, everybody in the paint was blocking who he was guarding. So all he had to do was slide over. It was just great defense. Now, could RJ have read that better? Absolutely. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this,
or not put himself in that situation.
or just not put yourself in a situation where you're driving baseline and everybody collapsed. And like I say all the time, when RJ goes to the basket, everybody knows what he's going to do. So all you got to do is collapse. So that's what they did, and it turned into a turnover. Yeah. But anyway, like I said, we was talking about Grimes and how sharp he makes his moves, and like the reason why I mentioned that is because RJ made that play and predetermined that he was going to make that pass. That wasn't something that happened
in the moment.
Yeah, happened in the moment. He made that move. Nah. He knew he was going to make that pass. He's like, throw it to this person over here, and which is why it was so easy to make that read. But Grimes is very instinctual in the moves that he makes.
Yeah,
he'll drive down, and whatever situation he's put in, he has a reaction for that move, and that's just it's so much easier to control what the defense does when you can move the defense around like that. Shaw was saying we have been beating A1 teams with less than half RJ production most nights. Does that make him expendable this summer for that key piece to get over the hump? I mean, for sure. If that key piece is out there, yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if expendable is the word, but I mean, he's definitely a prime candidate to potentially get moved for somebody who can make a difference.
Yeah, he's our largest contract, and also, well, he's not our largest contract technically, but he's our largest contract for a guy that's playing a lot of minutes. That's not exceptional. You know what I'm saying?
The only problem is Shy, like, who is that piece? Like, we talked about this, I guess, like ad nauseum. Basically, like, I don't know. Something crazy is gonna have to happen this offseason for that piece to like present itself. Because right now, I'm not seeing it.
Right. But I think if someone had to move and there was a really good piece, yeah, I could see them saying, "All right, RJ, you know."
Yeah, it would most likely definitely be him, and like I thought tonight that he made some big plays in that I think it was second quarter, right? Or was it the third quarter? Second quarter. It was second quarter. I think the Celtics cut it to like 9. And then he hit Mitch with a lob, right? Because, I mean, we already talked about, like, him and Mitch, I don't know what type of shit they be on together, but they got this lob thing down pat. And then he hits the 3. He hits the 3, and then he gets the N1. Like, I thought that was a huge stretch. I think the league got pushed like back up to, what was that? I think it was 9, so 12, 16. The league got pushed back up to, and I thought that was a huge moment in the game because it looked like they were coming back. I think they went on like an 8-0 run or something like that.
Yeah, I think he's in order for him to make the impact that the fans and this team needs him to make, he has to improve. I think the most important thing that he has to improve out of anything that I can pick is just his decision making.
Yeah, man, it's
just
like, it's not good some nights, bro. Like tonight, 5 turnovers, like in like a few like brutal turnovers that turned into like fast breaks, and it's just like, bruh, like what is going on, yo?
So, but this is what I was telling y'all before. I said that's the type of player I am. Like, I think about the plays way too much instead of just letting the game come to me. And I think that's what he does. And I think that's why you see the the bad plays because he's already determined I'm going to do this, and then he tries it, and you know the defense reads it and stops it.
I 1,000,000% agree, bro. There was one play where he turned it over in the lane. I think he had Sam Hauser on him, and he just figured I'm gonna ISO with him. But you could tell that like he wasn't gonna do anything else. Like he was going to try to take Sam Hauser up the dribble. He was not passing. You know what I mean? Unless he got into trouble. You could tell we play ball. You know when you could look at a guy's body language, like you know when you gave him the ball, like it's not coming back, bro.
Yeah, bro. Yo, there's those dudes where you give them the ball back and you just go to the corner. You're not about to go ISO. And I'm not gonna lie, I was one of those guys, and I was a very annoying teammate to have sometimes. And I'm glad I've grown past that stage.
Hey.
So when I see it, it's disgusting because I think of my old self, and it's like, yeah, that's nasty.
But you know, yo, Shy, it's crazy. You talk about the size of his contract, but like the size of his contract next year is what's gonna also make it maybe a little bit more palatable, easier for the Knicks to like bring in a guy who's also making a lot of money. Because if he was still on a rookie deal, like then we would have to move like other guys just for the sake of making up the money.
Yeah.
So if we're trading for a guy that's making 30 million, 40 million, like he's taken up half of that already, right? And then we just figure out the rest, whether it's, I don't know, D Rose's contract or somebody, or Fournier's contract.
So, I guess let's, I think we were talking about quickly to begin with, and I guess we had sidetracked. So quickly tonight with 7 of 13 from the field, his percentage has been like amazing as of recent. 4 of 7 from the 3-point line, 7 of 13 from the field, 5 of 6 from the free throw line.
So
3
good, bro.
2 assists, 1 steal, 23 points, and plus 15. It's just his
so
energy.
Good, yo. So good.
He's just knocking down shots, timely shots.
I like watching him play again.
Yeah,
it's like watching him play again.
The timely shots. It's the energy. You know what I mean? And you remember how it was the first year, whenever Quickly was going off and he was having those good games, and it was like you just loved watching him play.
Yep.
And he's already in 6 Man of the Year conversations at this early in his career. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure he loves that. You know, his favorite player was Lou Williams growing up.
I was just gonna say, yep.
So you know what I mean? He loves that style of play. Like, you know, obviously, unfortunately, you favor that, and then you end up being like a 6 man. Like, I know he would rather not be a 6 man. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he wants to be a starter, which I do think he'll have an opportunity to have at some point in his career, because this is only year 3. And I think he has a huge leap ahead of him in his career at some point.
What do you think about this though?
He's a sponge, man.
What do you think about this though? Right? Because it's something I thought about, and maybe the Knicks like him in the role he's in, but like, if we trade for a guy who's like a really good player, I don't know who that guy is. Not an all-star though, but like really good. We move RJ for that guy, right? The contracts are similar. That guy comes in and plays kind of a Malcolm Brogdon role off the bench. How would you feel about quickly starting that as a shooting guard?
I would love it because it doesn't, especially next to Brunson, they play off each other wonderful. I say that because I think Quickly is great in an off guard position. I think when he's tasked with being the ball handler, he kind of like overthinks sometimes.
I don't think so. I don't think he's doing that anymore.
Not so much this season.
Not so much this season recently, but I do see that he tends to try to facilitate more instead of just being quick. You know what I'm saying? I do think when he's run next to Brunson as the 2 guard, he does a better job at just playing quickly. You know what I'm saying? And just being himself and not necessarily looking to facilitate and being that guy. He just looks for the best situation.
See, it's funny you say that though, because I almost feel the opposite. Because if you watch those games where Brunson missed those games, right? I think Brunson missed 4 games. Quickly was great in those games. But in those games that RJ missed, Quickly wasn't so good next to Brunson.
I guess it all depends on who he's running with, I guess.
I mean,
I think that
I was gonna say I wouldn't like it for two reasons. One, size, and two, I love. I mean, like even though it's somebody like Malcolm
we finished with that lineup though.
Yeah,
almost every night now. We finished with those two guys in the back.
That's okay.
If we're really being real, like Quickly, Hart, and Grimes are around like the same height. Like there's only like a 2-inch difference between all three of those guys. Like Grimes is the tallest out of all of them, and he's 6'5". Quickly 6'3" and change. Hart is 6'4". So I think, and Quickly has the longest wingspan out of all of them. If we're really being real,
which helps his defense. But when you stand Hart next to IQ, Hart he looks better.
He looks a lot bigger.
He does look. Obviously he's the better defender without a shadow of a doubt. I think the numbers say that.
I don't think it's without a shadow of a doubt. Like I think Quickly is young.
I'm talking about on-ball defender and team defender.
On ball, yeah, he's definitely better. Yeah, because I think Quickly is great. I think Quickly's good on ball. But I think Quickly is great. Like as a team defender. Like he had a closeout in the first quarter on what's the guy's name? Grant Williams. That just I think it forced a shot clock violation. Stifled the Celtics. Like, and that was a pass. Like the way the ball swung around, you would think just from watching basketball that Williams would have been open, but Quickly was just right there.
He was just right there. Yeah. Yep. I mean, as Shah says, IQ has learned every flower organically. Nothing is overhyped. That kid got real star potential. I think so. Like I said, he's very young, and I think he's like I said, he's a sponge. He's getting to the point where, he's just looking for ways to get better, and he does it every single year. Every single year, he's looking for ways to get better. I think if our window wasn't the Julius Randle window, I think he would have been our starting point guard a long time ago. I think they would have given him the keys to just work on his game as the starting point guard. But unfortunately, that hasn't been the window. You know what I'm saying? And we went and got Jalen Brunson, and I'm happy we did that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not regretful at all. I do think Quickly has a lot more to learn before he gets to that point, and I think this is the best scenario for him to learn that. You know what I mean?
I feel like Quickly made two of the biggest shots of the game. In the third quarter. Celtics cut it to 9, 76-67.
8-0 run.
With 3:45, Quickly hit a 3. And then he had another one at 2:14 that pushed it to 15. Yeah, I thought those were two of the biggest shots of the game because once again, it was kind of like the Celtics trying to come back, cut it to single digits again. And then the Knicks, every time the Celtics did something, the Knicks answered.
It was one of those third quarters. I think they started out 5-0 on us, and then they just kept going on runs, and then we kept closing it back, and then they kept going on runs, and we kept closing it back. But they were really leading that quarter, and then they ended up only outscoring us by 1 to finish that quarter, which is I know that was a great way to finish out that quarter. I don't know what it is about the start of third quarters. We just can't figure it out. Thank God we're not as bad as we used to be because that game would have been completely flipped.
There was a play that pissed me off to end the third quarter when they let Cole Hauser get that tip in, bro. Not Cole Hauser, Sam Hauser. I'm like, bro, how do you what are we doing, yo? Like, how you let this guy get a tip in, bro? Of all the guys out there, that's the guy.
There was one play. Go ahead, Rick.
Now, I was going to say the question mark play for me tonight was when Marcus Smart blocked Hartenstein. And I was just like, how do you let that happen?
It's Marcus Smart. What you expect?
I don't know what it is. I don't know
Marcus Smart.
I don't know what it is about the Hartenstein, bro. He needs to learn how to get off the floor faster. There was two plays, two specific plays that he made.
Oh man, I know where this is going.
The travel,
the travel.
Like, get off the floor, bro. What are you doing? Just jump. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you know what happened on the travel though? on the travel, he was kind of far away. So he didn't, and he was like a little bit behind the. Hold on. Listen,
a little bit
listen, Ricky.
I heard the commentator said, I was
Ricky.
just like, no, he wasn't. They showed the replay.
Listen.
I was just like, how was that behind the backboard? Yeah.
Listen. He was a little bit far away. So normally he would shoot that little teardrop, but I feel like he got caught in between shooting the teardrop and going in for a dunk. Yeah, and he got this. Tonight was not his night, bro. 16 minutes, 1 rebound. That's the only stat that he recorded tonight. I'll give him a pass. He's been great lately, so I'm gonna give him a pass. Tonight wasn't his night. Mitch held it down. That's why we got a backup and a starter.
That's what it was. That's all it was. Mitch was fucking balling. I'm sorry. Mitch was just on one tonight on offense and defense. He was making the most important glass cleaning plays. Like he was making sure there was not going to be a lot that you was going to get. Sometimes he was getting rebounds out there. I'm like, yo, is Robert Williams playing tonight?
Yo, bro, I told you they got an APB out for him in Boston, bro. Like,
bro, he just.
Let me see. Robert Williams tonight. 6 points, 7 rebounds, 3 fouls in 29 minutes.
Whew. Terrible.
And the coach was like, "Yo, Cornette, get in there at the end of the game." The coach was like, "Cornette, get in there at the end of the game, bro."
He's like, let's just get Mitch out the paint. Just get him out the paint. Let's just put Cornette in there and make him guard Cornette. Like, get him out the paint.
I mean, they tried to put Muscala in there.
Yeah, Muscala to stretch the floor. That didn't work out.
He had 1 3, 1 rebound. He had a block, I think, too.
So, all right, let's just get through this real quick. 3 guys. I don't want to talk about them individually because we'll be here forever. I'm gonna start with RJ to get it out the way because I don't want to finish with RJ. Stats were atrocious tonight. 4-14 from the field, 1-3 from the 3-point line, 101 from the free throw line. Which says a lot. When RJ doesn't get to the free throw line, he has a bad game. Offensively, I do think there were some things that he did tonight that were okay, like, pretty good. But overall, he got sat in at the end for a reason. 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 turnovers. Like I said earlier, nobody else on the team had more than 1. So for five turnovers for someone who played 25 minutes and there's a lot of guys.
No, Hartenstein had 3.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, no, he didn't.
No,
you're right,
fouls.
bro.
Yeah, that's fouls. Yeah, that's fouls.
Wow, that's crazy.
Everybody else had 1. No one had more than 1 turnover.
Wow.
RJ earned that sitting, and
I'm actually mad that he played more minutes than Grimes tonight.
I mean, the thing about Grimes is he was damn near not even involved in the offense at all in the first half. Like, they didn't even look for him. He didn't score his first point till
But it didn't matter though, bro. Like, he just does so much other good stuff, bro. And he was
no, I'm saying they should use him more.
I think they should. And he was pissing Tatum off all night. Like, It was beautiful, bro. It was beautiful.
Without a doubt.
I fucks with number 6 heavy, bro.
Yeah, heavy, and he really means it, bro. Like, he really means what he talks about, and you see it in how he plays and how he works on this game. Julius 7-16. Julius, no. It's nothing about his number. I'm just thinking about watching him play tonight. When you don't have much negative to say about Julius, that's like a very, very good feeling. You know what I'm saying?
But you know something though, bro? Like, if you look at this is why this is such a great win. And I wanted to point this out earlier because I've been talking about how this is like a team now, right? This is a whole team, bro. Like, everybody contributes at some point during this game. RJ had that run when they pulled it with win 9. Like, everybody's contributing right now. Like, Randall is not great tonight after the first quarter.
No,
you know what I mean? But it didn't matter. Like, Brunson was not good at all tonight, really, if you look at his shooting. I thought he did some other things really well. I thought he really accepted the challenge against Smart because Smart was trying to bully him and shit.
Yep.
But Brunson wasn't great tonight. RJ was terrible. But like that just goes to show you like how this team it's everybody right now, bro. It really is everybody.
Camaraderie of the defense owned this game.
Like tonight was like another team win, bro.
Yeah.
And it sucks that in a team win where everybody played well, RJ has the only negative in plus.
The only negative, -6. Yikes.
The only negative in plus minus. So
that's don't lie.
Like stats don't lie. Those stats definitely
more turnovers than field goals made. Like,
come on, man. Like,
not good.
It's not good.
Boy.
I mean, it's hard to defend. It's hard to defend, man. And just like our my guy Dre says, he loves him some RJ. And then we all know that's bullshit. We all know that.
Liar.
You're a liar. Liar. Pudge, my man Pudge. Salute, man. Been a minute, man. Good to see you. Good to see you here.
Big task at hand said, do they believe now? No, they don't believe.
They're never gonna believe.
And they could keep not believing. It's fine.
Are Knicks fans still asking for them to trade Julius Randle?
Of course.
No. No, they're not.
They're still Knicks fans, bro. They're still Knicks fans.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that this year, bro.
Yeah, there's still Knicks fans on Twitter that are saying they'll still take a Julius trade.
I'm sure they are.
Yeah, every time.
I think I know who one of them is, but I'm not even.
I mean, come on, bro. Shout out to the chat. I see my boy Wave in here. I can't post that on here.
Now I gotta check.
First of all, he's very disrespectful right now. Very, very disrespectful.
Oh no.
About time. Yeah, man. I finally look like I'm 24. You know what I mean? And I'm 35. Anyway, appreciate you noticing the little scrubble I got. You know what I'm saying?
The whiskers.
The whiskers. If you get real close, I got some growing on my cheek too. You feel me? Oh man. But anyway, so like we were saying, these guys didn't all play well. Our best guys did not play well. I think Julius Randle, he played pretty decent, but Brunson was like you said, 4-12. He had 17 points because he was 9-12 from the free throw line. You know what I'm saying? So he was 0-4 from the 3-point line. He had some good looks. He did have some. I can't call them good looks. I can't call them good looks because they happen in the NBA. But Brunson taking those, I know it's gonna take a minute for those to be like part of his game. Like a lot of those step back threes that, you know what I mean, the Harden step back threes is like, all right, I like it. You just need a little bit more practice. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to it. He's getting his star thing on, and I ain't mad at you, bro.
Yeah.
I guess he came down to earth for sure tonight because he was on a tear before.
Yeah, I was just looking at my my notes. Somehow I put together these game notes, and not one mention. Shame on me. Not one mention of Josh Hart, bro.
Crazy. Come on, man. My favorite Knick.
How I do that, bro?
You pickpocketed Tatum.
Yeah, how I do that though, bro?
First of all, how does he end up in these situations? It's almost as if these situations don't happen for nobody else. Like he's so good at identifying every single situation where he can get a steal or make a great play that it's like there's no way everybody else sees these.
You know why it doesn't happen for anybody else? Because everybody else doesn't have the instincts that he has. Like it's all instinctual with him.
Incredible.
Like somebody else would have been standing in that exact same situation where he took the ball from Tatum, and they wouldn't have thought to reach. Yeah, but he just has great instincts, great recognition. He's an opportunist. Like, just I don't know, bro. He's just a good basketball player. That's all I can say.
Welcome.
It's just watching the plays that he makes sometimes. I just don't understand where he's played basketball at in the past. Like, why doesn't everybody go there? Like wherever he played, like whatever training camp, summer camp, like school camp.
Yo, it's deeper than that, bro. I'm telling you, man. It's just great instincts, bro. Like great basketball instincts.
But
Man.
if you really
he's playing with an old teammate, and so when you play with old teammates, sometimes it's kind of like a level of comfort where they got your back.
See, yo, watch Grant Williams, bro. Right?
So
Grant Williams is another guy who's got great instincts, bro. Like some guys just have it and some guys don't, man.
So what I'm saying is, if you look at a lot of those guys that Villanova chose to make that run, like Mikal Bridges, another one of those guys that makes great plays like that. Of course, he's playing like Rick said, he's playing a game with Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is by no means a lockdown defender, but I could see Jalen Brunson making a play like that. You know what I mean? It's just certain.
You seen the steal, the deflection he had that turned into a steal today.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, he's not a slouch. He's just small, bro. Like don't try
that's all it is, bro. That's literally all it is. That's literally all it is he's small. He's not like a black hole of a defensive player. He's just small.
That's it. And it's also not like he's not like Nate Robinson small, where you almost can't play him. You know what I'm saying? Like he's still if he didn't make the effort that he made on defense, he would be more comparable. That would be Dennis Smith Jr. You know what I'm saying? Like how sometimes he's just unplayable in certain situations because he's just not going to get that effort on defense. You're not going to get that effort. Now, he's probably a better one-on-one defender than Jalen Brunson is, but it's just the effort that you're going to get from Brunson every single play. You're not going to get that from Dennis Smith Jr. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the instinctual aspect to the game of basketball. Like, I don't know how, like, if they can go get Mikal somehow, go get him. Trade RJ. Like, I'm cool with that. Like, I would actually love that move. Now that I think about it, we got to see it. Let's look at those contracts.
But what are you willing to give up? I think the contracts are very similar, actually.
And look at the contract. This is what I'm saying. Hold the hell.
I think RJ actually makes a little bit more.
As he should. I mean, given what they respectively done in their career. Let me just look.
Are we gonna play this video or?
Hold on. My bad. We got sidetracked.
I'm trying to remember which play this is. That's why I'm just like,
my bad. We got sidetracked. Hold on. I'm gonna take it. I say it.
Oh man.
I ain't gonna get you guys caught up on what was going to be there, but it's not there right now. All right, Mikal Bridges is making $21 million.
RJ make 23 next year.
Come on, man.
I mean, that's draft capital too. Like, it's important to understand that. Like, they're not going to make that trade straight up.
They're not going to make it. Well, that's another thing.
And they wanted 3 first-round picks. I heard they was asking for him.
They're not.
So, are you willing to give up 3 first-round picks? I mean, listen, if you give up 3 first-round picks, you get a guy who's an elite defensive player. Elite, bro.
Elite.
Like not good, not like elite, bro. One of the best.
Top 5.
One of the best. And you get a guy who could score 15 a game, shoot in the high 30s from 3.
Yo.
Like,
first of all,
do you feel he's worth 3 picks? I don't know.
I mean, is he gonna win you a championship?
Bro, if he, like I said, look. This is exactly the situation that we're talking about. This is why I've always said, no, you hold on to RJ until you have that one piece you have to trade for.
Absolutely.
And this is the time. Yes, he's worth the 3 draft picks. Why? Because he is the final piece. If you put Jalen Brunson with Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, Grimes, Quickly, all two-way guys, basically, who make smart decisions with the basketball and without the basketball in their hands. First of all, that would be crazy if you put Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, and Brunson together championships in the NBA and in college. That would be ridiculous.
That would be crazy.
That would be a story like to go down in history.
So Rick, to answer your question, does he win you a championship?
Yeah, I think
He doesn't he doesn't win you a championship, but you have to make that trade with the belief that Julius and Brunson can win you a championship. Right? Are your two stars good enough, right? To have that supporting cast, the one we're talking about. Are they good enough to win with that supporting cast? Yeah, is that going to be enough? And that I don't know.
See, because
that's the only thing that I would say would, maybe pump the brakes on that deal. Because like if it 3 first-round picks and your starter, it's just like you want to make a run at that point, right? 3 first-round picks.
Oh, definitely. If you make that trade, you believe that he's the final piece.
Exactly.
I think they are starting to inch toward that mindset. This for now.
I hope so.
I think so. And I say that because there's not going to be many other chances. Mikal Bridges is one of the best two-way players in the game of basketball right now. You know what I'm saying? Is he a superstar? Is he a star? Is he someone that's going to single-handedly take your team somewhere? No, but he definitely was the 3rd best player on a championship team before and held his own. And if not, was probably one of the most important players most of those games because Devin Booker wasn't always it. And we know Chris Paul wasn't always at those games.
Yeah.
So, like I said, you put a lot of these two-way guys together who know how to play basketball. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to have Tibbs out there throwing all kinds of plays together. And these guys are instinctual and reacting to what they're seeing out there and playing the game of basketball the way it's supposed to be played. That's why.
And you know what else he is too? You talk about like instincts and stuff like that. He's one of the best movers without the ball, bro.
Yeah. Spaces.
Like, if you watch him, spaces, but also like makes great backdoor cuts. Again, bro, I always say this. I know y'all probably tired of hearing me say this. Like he's just a good basketball player.
No. That's exactly what he is. He's just a good basketball player. Let me just get this thing out the way here because I did throw up here earlier. So this is just one of those plays. We spoke about this play. Is this the play?
Oh, this the Jalen Steele? What is it?
Yes. No. Is this the
defense?
First of all, he just
hard.
moved him out the way. I loved that play because of how he saw Tatum and said, "No, I don't care. Move." Yo, he moved him pretty easily, bro. There it is.
He's a strong dude, bro.
Yeah, he is.
Look at his defense. All right. How many people did he guard that play? 1. He went there, pushed him out there. He's back here. Right back there. Boom. He's on everybody. He's playing defense for everybody.
He definitely was.
Bro, he played defense for everybody that whole play.
That dude teleported.
Bro. 1, 2. I'm right back. Give me that shit.
Right there.
Like, come on, man.
And they grabbed it from his back pocket.
Right.
Yeah, you know who?
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, you know who we also got to talk about, like just briefly before the show is over. We gotta talk about like really great minutes from Obi, bro.
Obi did have 2. I think he had one of the biggest shots.
Yeah. He had the big 3.
The big 3.
We needed that one.
That was a huge shot. I don't remember what the situation was when he hit it, but I just remember it being like big.
Yeah, we were on a drought, and I think they were making another run, and then he came in, found a spot in the corner, and knocked it down.
Mm-hmm.
He had a few like nice drives. He got to the line. I just thought he was really good. Obviously, he had the Hart, him and Hart on the I think it was a 2-on-1 where he dunked it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was that dunk. It was just like threading a needle. It was so. Yeah, you gotta be athletic to knock down.
I also didn't know Josh Hart finished that. This was the play. This is why. The
rotation.
Yeah, not the rotation. Yes, the rotation. Just how Julius orchestrated this whole thing.
Because look where Hart is right now.
Yep. All right. So boom. You got
you got
two guys.
The screen. Okay.
No, go. What you saying?
No, go. Because I'm. Because you're probably going to say the same thing, but go ahead.
Right. All right. So what I'm saying is Julius, if we're looking at it at the angle Julius is standing at right now, if you look at the far side of the court, there's two guys over there. So it's easy to just drive straight towards one of them and make everybody think, first of all, this is a Celtics team that plays defense. They're very, very defensive. So they're going to react to everything you do. They're not going to lay back and just watch. Now, if this is a lazy, like the Charlotte Hornets, this play probably wouldn't have happened because they're not going to react to that play because they're not a very defensive team. You know what I'm saying? But Julius made a very smart move. Now, there was some plays tonight where he held the ball a little bit too long in the double team, and that's what I want to see him do better because I think that will determine how well we do in the playoffs. But anyway, one of those plays right here. Look at that. What is Tatum doing in this clip right here? Look at him. Nobody moving. Yeah, this is a great screenshot, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
It's like he was trying to guard the pass and also block the shot.
He was doing everything clearly because he's the only one
doing ballet right now.
Yeah, it's hilarious too because if you look at Jalen Brunson, Jalen got it locked and loaded, bro. Like,
he was gonna get it.
Yeah, he got it. Yeah, he got it locked and loaded, bro. It's in the chamber.
Jalen thought he was gonna get it for sure. Boom, like wide open. When I say nobody was around,
that was like a play action. Yeah,
that was. And you know what it reminded me of? The Super Bowl when what's his name? The guy that won. What's his name?
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes. He called this audible that was so crazy. I judged it as unfair because I'm like, you can't do that in football. Like that's not how it's supposed to work. Like I didn't know you could do that. And this was kind of one of those misdirections. It was like you thought he was going this way, and everybody moved, and it looked just like that. It was two touchdowns that he threw in that Super Bowl game that looked just like that. Shout out to the Eagles.
I know exactly what play you're talking about too, because they ran the same play twice, but they just ran it. They ran it on the other side.
Yep. They ran that same exact play. They got to the goal line and said, I know exactly what we're gonna do this time. But this is just what I want to see, man. Like beautiful basketball.
But see, Robert Williams, he runs in and Mitch then becomes open. So even if he didn't want to shoot it, he could have tossed it in and that would have been an easy dunk for him.
Yep.
Just an all-around good play. Look at that.
Everybody was in. And then he had Brogdon boxed out too.
Right, yeah. Brogdon
that was actually when Tatum got the technical. That was the play that led to Tatum.
It was.
You know what I'm saying? So
get him out of there.
Get him out of there. Get him out of there. Like you said, Obi 3 for 4 from the field, 1 or 2 from the 3-point line, 2 or 2 from the free throw line. 9 points in 12 minutes. I wish this guy can get some more minutes. But
I wish he could too, bro. I think that he deserved to get a few more today.
Yeah, it's that really. I don't know. I don't know what his agent is going to suggest or how aggressive they're going to be in the offseason, but I don't think they're going to settle for this for another year, and that concerns me. So, 9
there was another play. There was another play where it quickly kicked it out to Hart for a 3. I think in the first half, where I think it was Hart. It was a missed shot, and Hart tipped it out to half court. You might remember. He tipped it out to half court, quickly ran in the back court to get it. Then he drove. The dude cut him off, quickly kicked it out to Hart in the corner, and he hit a 3. Like, those are the plays that Knicks fans are excited about. So, like, there's some, like, Knicks fans who are like, oh, you guys are acting like Hart is, like, the second coming of Christ. Like, no, we're not. But, like, we see a guy who, like, just does so many good things, bro, to help your team win.
He wants to play basketball.
Like, it's worth being excited about. And, like, Knicks fans, like, they don't want you to be excited about it.
They want us to suck and just shut up. That's it.
Right, that's it. Like, oh, you guys are excited? You're not gonna win a championship anyway. And it's like,
but no, they
in the NBA don't win championships.
There's only one winner.
Exactly.
29 teams lose every single year, bro.
Exactly.
Like, come on. And your team is probably one of them. So while
most likely,
No,
the odds are
their team is always the team that wins. You kidding me?
the odds are not in their favor, bro. That's all I'm gonna say.
So, you know what I mean? Like, of course we're excited about Josh Hart because you see the difference of good and bad players. When you've had bad players in your team, like all of these Knicks fans that we've garnered over the last 15 to 20 years has seen a lot of bad basketball. A lot of bad basketball at every position. So we know what good basketball looks like. And pardon us for enjoying some good basketball. It's so real. I don't even see ESPN.
It's lit. Yo, it's like legit quality basketball though. Like this is not like a team that's just like on a hot streak. Like no, like they're good and it's like consistent every night. Like it's good basketball. Even the nights when it's ugly, like
still good.
The process is still like good. You know what I mean? Like it might not look as pretty, but like you could tell that they know they have a plan, right? They have an identity, and they go out every night and try to execute that identity.
Yo,
hit that thumbs up button.
Yeah.
Hit that thumbs up button.
There was a learning curve, and I think they bounced back pretty quick because it was just like one season, probably like the end of last season where they were really trying to just figure out who they were again. And I remember we talked about that a lot. And for them to go to the playoffs, have a season where they were just shy of the playoffs, and then come out and then play like this. I mean, like, how could you not be excited about this team? If you
like last year, I said it, though. I said it, and Caps heard me say it. Like last year was a mistake, bro. Like for real. Like the front office made a lot of mistakes last year in the offseason.
And to bounce back the very next season.
But I always say that the if you want to know what a good front office looks like, a good front office doesn't bathe right in like the fuck up. Like what they could have done was they could have doubled down, bro. They could have brought back Alec Burks. You know what I mean? And been stubborn as hell. Like they could have brought back all of these guys. No, they moved Alec Burks. They made room to get Brunson. Like, give these guys credit, man. Give them credit. Like, yeah, exactly, bro. They could have brought back all of these guys that didn't work out last year. They could have brought those guys back and doubled down. And honestly, Burks was one of their better players last year.
Exactly.
And they still realize, like, yo, we got to make changes, bro. Like, you got to respect that about them, man. They could have. We seen basically what the Knicks front office did was probably without even verbally saying it is. They said to James Dolan, we fucked up. And if you would allow us, cut a few checks and let us try to fix it.
We got it. He's like, I got you. Just don't mess up my ticket sales.
And that's not easy to do, bro. Like, do you want to go to your boss and tell your boss, like, yo, we might not have done the right thing here.
I'm gonna keep it real. If you your boss would respect you for that, though.
Absolutely, you'll keep your job. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, the boss
that's
would
true.
Respect you for that.
But in a normal everyday job, maybe. But like, this is a field where you get fired, bro.
Yeah, true.
Like people get fired. Like you get hired to get fired. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like people don't keep their jobs.
Yeah, nobody keeps their job in this field.
So, I mean, all the credit in the world to this front office, man, for drafting the right guys, the right kind of guys, right? They've been unable to draft the star yet, but they drafted the right kind of guys with the right attitude, who buy into whatever coach is saying and telling them to do. Man, it's beautiful to watch. It really is.
First of all, you gotta be lucky to draft a star. First of all, like that comes with a lot of luck. It
does. It comes with a lot of luck or like a really high pick, and as we know, that doesn't even always mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything.
Look at the Warriors, bro. Like James Wiseman. Probably not all his fault, but like it was a mistake, bro. They should have never drafted Wiseman. I said on draft night that they should have drafted LaMelo. Yeah. Like drafting Wiseman made no sense, bro. Like for the way that y'all play, why would y'all draft this dude? Just because y'all think y'all need a big? Like y'all been winning championships without a big all these years.
And then You go out and you grab Jordan Poole, and he basically turns into what LaMelo would basically have been anyway, which is like a mini Steph. So
but
like,
could you imagine like taking Steph off the ball even more than he already is, and putting the ball in LaMelo's hands, and LaMelo is passing to Clay and Steph. By the way, Clay looking like Clay from 3 years ago right now.
By the way, LaMelo just now fractured his ankles out for the season.
Yeah, so that probably wouldn't have worked out.
Yeah. So, but anyway, regardless, that definitely they own that loss, and they cut their losses. You know what I'm saying?
And they won a championship though. They won a championship in spite of it. Like,
in spite of, well, I mean, they were. But they were in a great.
I guess my whole point that I was trying to make is like, and I posted it a few weeks ago in TFE, is that like, even the front offices that we consider good front offices, the best of the best, make mistakes, bro.
Absolutely. I mean, the Warriors were considered a terrible franchise until they got Steph Curry.
Look at what they just did. They literally, this is what good front offices do. They literally say, "Yo, we made a mistake." They let Gary Payton III walk.
Yeah.
And then traded 5 second-round picks to get him back.
Yeah.
Like they said, "Yo, we screwed up. This guy was a big part of our team. Like, what do we have to do to go get him back? Let's go get the guy, bro. Because
bring him on back.
They fucked up. They fucked up, bro.
They own it. Just own it. Just own it. And tell your boss, yo, I know I did some dumb shit back then, but let me fix it. All right, cool. At least you know you did some dumb shit, because I know you did dumb shit, but I didn't want to tell you. I was gonna hold it to myself until I fired you, and then mention it in that, in that situation.
In the exit interview.
By the way, yeah. So that James Wiseman move, that really did it for you. So like,
and not resigning Gary Payton, probably not. Wasn't that bright either.
Yeah, that's really what sealed the deal for you. That was the nail in the coffin. So I'm sure owning up to those decisions and like saying, all right, let's fix it. Same thing. Like you never know. Maybe the Knicks feel like they might have did a little bit wrong with RJ, and that they just make the right move.
But I mean, to be fair, like that was before this regime, so they get a pass.
They get a pass, right? Yeah. You can't really blame them for it. It was literally
that's not basically like that's another reason why like I don't think they would hesitate to trade him if push. Like he's not their guy.
He's not their guy. They wouldn't have. I don't think they would. I mean, they would have drafted him because they didn't have an option at that point.
That's probably.
Yeah, but still.
Or maybe we would have had smarter people in there that would have said, "Yo, we know Garland only played X amount of college games, but like we need a point guard and he's really good." You never know, right? But we neither here nor there.
Right.
Whatever happened, and
the only way we can beat that is if we beat the Cavaliers in playoffs this year, and RJ's a huge part of that. That's the only way he's going to survive. I'm telling you right now, the only way RJ survives for another whole entire season after this season's over, the only way he's making it till next offseason as a Knick is if he makes some sort of improvement from now.
He needs to have a monster. He needs to have a monster postseason, bro.
Yeah, he has to show up big time in the playoffs.
He has to finish like amazingly, and I think he sees that, and you can see the urgency in him. But I think he just needs to calm it and let it come to him.
But bro, like that urgency can't look like what it looked like tonight.
That's what I'm saying. I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't look good. The urgency does not look good because
like
now
we were talking
too much.
Me and another guy were talking in TFE, and we're like, we know how badly he wants to be an all-star, right? Like badly. And you see sometimes where he's really looking to get his, but like there's different paths to becoming an all-star. Like, bro, lock in on the defensive end. You know what I mean? Lock in on the defensive end. Average your 20, 21 points per game. And like maybe you make an all-star appearance because you're all team first defense and you average 21 a game. Right. Like there's different paths to it, but like he's gotta decide that maybe I'm not gonna be this guy that's an elite scorer in this league. But if I could use this huge frame that I have, right? Because he's a big kid. Yeah. If I could use this huge frame that I have to stifle, the other team's best player or one of the other team's best players, like that's a path to making an all-star team as well.
Yeah.
I think the key to RJ taking that next step is his playmaking, like, and not just for himself.
100%.
I think he needs to create better plays for the people around him. The thing about RJ is, as much as he's a ball hogger, right? As much as he's a ball hogger, he's actually not a selfish player. He actually is kind of a team guy, but he just doesn't know how to.
No, I think he's definitely a team guy, but I think that he's pressing, man, and he needs to understand, like, he needs to figure out his role with this team.
Fact.
Like I said, I think it was a few shows ago, like, his role has changed so many times that I feel like he probably needs to reinvent himself yet again.
Yeah, either somewhere else, or maybe here as someone different. No, I mean, what I don't want to do is I'm always gonna be an RJ fan. He just needs room and time to grow, because I like the kid.
Why do you say you'll always be a fan of his?
Because I always liked him. There's no reason for me to dislike him.
He's a likable guy.
He's a likable guy. Like, I like the kid. Like, I'm not a freaking RJ fanatic. I just like RJ. You know what I mean?
That's what fan is short for. Fanatic. So I mean, like, if
I'm an RJ fan, but it's not like I think he's better than anybody. I'm an RJ fan. You know what I mean? I don't think he's my favorite player in the league.
You don't know. Anyway, I don't want to get into that. But
what I'm saying is, I think he has
room
to grow.
He definitely does.
It's the things that he needs and the opportunities he needs to grow in that manner aren't here anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, he needs to be more of a focal point to get through those weaknesses that he has right now, so that he can be the guy that he's looking to be. He's not going to be that while you have Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle on this team.
But bro, like, embrace that though is the point that I think Ricky is trying to make and that I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
Like, his usage is almost exactly the same as last year. So it's not like he's not getting touches. Where he's averaging less than as opposed to last year, it's like less than a one shot difference between last year and this year as far as field goal attempts. So he's still getting his opportunities. It's not like he's iced out of the offense completely, but like,
no, for sure. It's the same.
He has to play different, bro.
Yeah, he has to figure it out. He's the only person on the team tonight on a dominant win that has a negative plus minus.
Listen,
and he had time. It's not like he had what did Ob get? Ob got.
I feel like I'm saying it wrong, because I think I agree on everything you guys are saying.
Right.
What I'm just trying to say is whatever he needs to do, he doesn't have that opportunity here. Right. That's all I'm saying. Like,
I hear you.
He doesn't have that opportunity here. The only opportunity he has here is to just be a role player and do what comes best in each game. And that's not what RJ wants. He wants to be a star. Same thing with Cam Reddish.
But you could be a star and a role player.
Huh?
You could be a star and a role player.
I think so. I do think so. And he's trying to figure that out. He's just going about it completely wrong.
And that's what he needs to do. He needs to figure it out. What his role actually is, what his skills are, and how can he make those skills in his role make him a star. And it's not an easy assignment.
He has officially graduated to the most frustrating player on the Knicks.
Yes.
And it happened in a year. Like, because it was Julius Randle and then it was RJ. Like, it was like a flip of a switch.
Mm-hmm.
I do hope that if RJ ends up staying here past this year and we go through the entire summer and RJ's still here, my only hope is that he learns as much as he can from a guy like Josh Hart, in terms of just accepting roles and just playing within an offense. I just think that he needs.
I missed the last minute, bro.
Why your internet?
Yeah, my headphones went on. I don't know what just happened. It went on the fritz for a second. I had to cut them off and cut them back on. Like, that was like, it was just some crazy noise coming through them all of a sudden.
That's crazy.
He was spitting facts, man. Sometimes
maybe it was the RJ talk that
technology can't handle it. He's just spitting straight facts.
But yeah, what I was trying to say is that I think hopefully if RJ stays here for the next, past this summer, hopefully throughout the summer he's just soaking in as much as he can from a guy like Hart, because of not just how he plays defense. Oh, teach me how to play defense. Nah, just in embracing a role. You know what I'm saying? And learning how to not always get yours when you know you can get yours. I think that's the
I was watching a video
for this team, because he's not going to be the first or second best player on this team.
I was watching a video, and basically like it was just showing like the way he approaches like screens, and it's so bad, yo. Like
offensively, defensively.
Defensively, like the way he like. I mean, you're in the NBA, bro. Like screens are coming, like all the time, right? Like you got to be ready for them. Most of the screens, that they're coming.
He gets hit by every single screen that's thrown at him.
Yo, like, but it's just his footwork, like trying to get over is so bad. Like he doesn't angle himself. Like how sometimes like when the screen is coming, right, and you see the screen coming like before it comes, because the guy is literally calling for the screen a lot of the times. The guy with the ball, you know what I mean? Like, so that the screen is coming. You got to set up, you know what I mean? Like angle yourself to be prepared to get around that screen. If a guy rejects the screen and beats you the other way, then, you hope that, the help defense backs you up. But like, he's just so like flat-footed.
But it goes back to what we were saying before, that he doesn't make great decisions on the fly. So like, even if he knows it's coming, it's like he waits for it to come, and then he's like, all right, what should I do? Should I go over? Should I go under? And by that, the play is over, and you already lost your man. Your trail.
I'm gonna try to find that video. I'm gonna send it to you guys. Like it's so bad. Like how far out of the play he finds himself after the screen. Like how we talked about in the Atlanta game, how like Trey was coming up these screens, like Quentin was just right behind him, like almost every single time.
He was his tail. He was
like, you gotta be able to get around these screens and trail the guy to make life easier for your big. And sometimes RJ is just
it's not 3, easy.
5, 6. It's not easy, but like
that's his job. You know what I mean?
You've been in the league. You've been in the league 4 years now, bro. Like, come on, yo. I'm sure that this is something that I'm sure they watch enough fucking tape. I'm sure that he's being told like, yo, you need to get over this screen better. You know what I mean? And like, how many times have you seen RJ draw an offensive foul on the screen?
A lot.
You see him draw an offensive foul on the screener. I rarely see him do it. Like Brunson does it all the time.
As a defender,
as a defender.
I see what you're saying. Like draw a foul on the person setting the screen.
Yeah, because you took yourself out of the path of where the screen was going to be. So now the screener feels the urge to, stick a hip out or stick a leg out. Like he's too easy of a target to screen.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is he can sell it a little bit too. He can also sell it.
He can't sell it, man.
But bro, you don't need to. If you get over the screen like with effort, you don't need to sell anything.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. But we're comparing him to Jalen Brunson and drawing those fouls on that screener, and it's because Jalen Brunson.
I'm not even comparing him to Jalen, though, bro. I'm comparing him to Jalen. I don't know, Quickly, Grimes, all of these guys who fly over screens, right? With effort, with momentum and like effort. Like they're trying not to get screened. And he's like almost allowing himself to be screened. Like you can't just allow it to happen. You gotta try to get over the screen, not just like step around it, but like get over with speed.
Right through it, yeah.
His footwork is just terrible. His footwork.
That's the problem, bro.
He needs to work with somebody like Jimmy Butler. I think that's the kind of person that's your play style. I've always said that the Jimmy Butler, Kawhi Leonard type of people are his play style. The stiff guys who don't have much, like, what do you call it? I can't say they're not
wiggle.
Yeah, wiggle. Like, yeah, they don't have a lot of wiggle to their games, but they make what the hell they do work. You know what I'm saying? At a high level. And I think that those are the kind of guys he should be modeling his game after. Like, not these scorers. That's not who you are, RJ. You know what I'm saying? You're not a scorer. If you're going to get your buckets, learn how to get your buckets within your pocket. Stop trying to take buckets at the rim with 3-4 people contesting you. You know what I mean? It just has to stop. But anyway, just to it took us another 20 minutes. Just to finish it up, we are definitely a fifth seed team. Got clap it up for us tonight.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Made
that leap. Cleveland, your days are numbered. A number that was it. Listen, Philly act up too. I mean, let's be real. Let's be real. Let's be real. I don't mind as long as we stay at the 5th seed at minimum. I'm fine because 4th or 5th you're going to be playing the Cavaliers regardless. So I don't care if you're going to end up 4th. I don't care if you're 4th because it doesn't change who you play. Now, if you play well enough to creep into the 3rd seed and play like the Brooklyn Nets, or I don't want to see the Miami Heat. I don't want to see them in the first round. Like, you know what I mean? There's a certain team that you don't want to see. But like I said, I was saying to my friend the other day, I said, I think if the Knicks can finish at the 4th or 5th seed, I do like our chances against Cleveland. We have to look for upsets. If there's upsets, I think that determines how far we can go. If there's no upsets, it's going to be a first round
speaking of
series winning, and I don't know about after that. What were we going to say?
Speaking of the Heat, shout out to Philly for fumbling it tonight and letting the Heat beat them.
Oh yeah, because that's why they
let
still
the Heat
wins.
Let the Heat come into Philly and win.
Mm-hmm.
Damn shame. Could have helped us out tonight.
That's terrible. That's just terrible. Oh, well, actually, giving the Boston Celtics their 18th loss tonight, we pushed them to the
second place.
Wow. I did not see that just now.
We did it.
Wow. That's huge.
I mean, the Bucks have won like 14 straight, so.
Yeah, I mean, their last 10, they're 10-0. They won 14 straight. Yes. Right?
Yeah, if a team that hot, bro, they're going to get caught.
They were bound to take that. But I mean, I like to be a part of that. I love being a part of it.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
Because they definitely still would be first if they still had 17 losses. But hopefully they continue to lose. All right. Let's be real, yo. Do you think not even going there. Anyway, I like our chances against the Cleveland Cavaliers. We got to look for some upsets. If Miami, let's say if it ends the way it is now, Miami beats the Sixers, or I think Miami's going to probably end up in the 6th place. That's why I'm saying.
Nah, but if we're 4-5, we'll end up playing whoever wins the 1-8, I believe, in the second round.
I know that. I'm just saying, regardless, we have to count on a whole bunch of shit to go our way in order to go past the second round. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, listen, we cross that bridge when we get there.
I mean, one thing that we need to go our way is we need Boston to get to the number 1 seed. Because we ain't beating Milwaukee, bro.
Not beating Milwaukee
in the second round, bro. You can forget about it.
I do like our chances against Boston more than I like them against Milwaukee.
Yes, for sure.
Without a doubt. And then, whatever happens after that happens. Like, I've seen scenarios where there was a lot of upsets in one playoff and in one conference, and that changed how things just happened. I think wasn't there? No, that wasn't the year. But I was thinking about when the Mavericks upset the Lakers. I believe it was with Dirk Nowitzki back in the day. That was old stuff.
I mean, we just seen the Raptors win a championship where a lot of things had to go their way. They had a ball bounce off the backboard and go in to get to the finals. They had Clay and KD go down in the finals. Like, a lot of things happened. A lot of things went their way to get that championship.
I mean, you never know. I mean, we could get Milwaukee, and then someone could get. I'm not gonna do that. So, I'm not gonna put no karma out there because I like all these guys. I'm a Knicks fan, but I don't want nobody to get hurt.
Right, you don't want no one to get
I don't
hurt.
wanna-
You want to be the team with everybody playing.
Right.
Yeah, and
there's
especially
no doubt.
us, because if we don't,
Because then
people are gonna be like, "Oh, yeah, you already know, bro." People,
y'all wouldn't have won. Yeah,
but they would never say that about LeBron.
they didn't say that about Toronto.
Definitely, they still don't say that about Toronto. That's like the unspoken NBA season. Nobody talks about that. And it was the real NBA season. Like they were stands.
But if it's the Knicks, if it's the Knicks or it's LeBron, like somebody will always try to discredit it.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the two things that will always be discredited, bro. The Knicks and LeBron.
Without a doubt. Well, that's all we got. We literally hit an hour and 30 minutes. That was some good talk though, man. You beat the Celtics, it's bound to happen.
Hey yo, my favorite play of the game was when Jalen Brunson got fouled at the end of the game and 3 Knicks sprinted over to pick him up.
Mm-hmm.
Like full sprint across the court to pick him up. Favorite play of the game, bro. And it wasn't even really a play.
My favorite moment of the game is when Mitch did that putback and he ran up the court and Julius was the first one to jump up with him. I was like, yo, I ain't never seen
because you want to know something though? Because that putback, I'm glad you mentioned it. That putback was actually in my notes. I just didn't bother mentioning it. Mm-hmm. That was after that long ass review. Yeah. That ended up kind of not going in our favor. Yeah. And then
did you hear Jalen when he heard about when he
he was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, he said, "For what?"
The technical. He's like, "For what?"
Yeah, that shit was mad funny. Yeah, that shit was. But I didn't like
even
that.
talk about that.
I didn't like that call.
It was trash. It was trash.
It was a fugazi call, bro.
Yeah, it was trash.
Like y'all really gonna call it technical when he's off balance and in the air? Like
they said he kicked him. Like. It's clearly not a kick, bro.
Well,
like,
you know what? But Clyde said the same thing when he saw it. He was just like,
man, I don't care what Clyde be saying.
No, but
bro.
I'm saying he saw the same thing that they saw.
But if you look at it though, if you watch the replay though, there was no intent there at all.
No, not at all.
There was no intent.
I thought it was a bad call.
And like I said earlier, Marcus Smart sold the hell out of that.
Oh yeah,
he made it.
Marcus Smart.
Marcus Smart. He looked like
he grabbed his arm and everything. Yeah,
he grabbed his heart. He like he got kicked in the midsection. I was like, all right, like. You sold it. You definitely sold it. But
but he tried to sell that charge against Julius too. That flop. Yeah, he didn't get that call though.
He didn't get that. He didn't get that.
We gave y'all one, boy.
And he went right up with that. He was.
Yeah, that happens often with Julius though.
Because he's strong as hell.
Yeah.
If he catch the ball 5 feet away, they're like, nah, we don't want to deal with him. Let me just throw myself to the ground real quick. See if I can get a call.
Exactly.
I don't even know what I was saying before I got chopped. But anyway, before it happens again, let me get up out of here, y'all.
Yeah,
I appreciate y'all for being here. Shout out to the chat, everyone who's listening. Hit that like, that subscribe. Tell a friend. If you're listening on the podcast platform, any podcast platform, please leave us a review, 5-star. And thank you all. Hopefully we'll see you guys within after the next game. We are playing the Brooklyn Nets on Wednesday. Gotta get that win.
Yeah, we gotta spank them. We
gotta spank them. And the way we've been playing recently, I don't know if there's many teams in the league that could really beat us. Honestly, there's really like a handful of teams that can beat us.
Yeah, we gotta go in and put them on the. We gotta go in there and put them over our knee and spank them boys.
Spank them boys. That's
like, oh, y'all want to come in my neighborhood, huh?
Like, oh yeah, you like building shops in my hood, huh? Okay.
Yeah, the West is crazy, bro. Between the 13th seed and the 4th seed, it's only a 4-game difference.
Wow.
Oh my god.
I don't know how anybody can be good in the West.
Nah,
that's
man.
Crazy, yeah.
That's just scary. And the way it's gonna go is watch a team like the Warriors. Once everybody gets healthy, they go on like a freaking 10-15 game winning streak and they end up in like the 6th seed and not have to worry about the play-in or something. And then they end up going all the way to the finals. They have so much room to make anything happen in that conference, yo. It's just crazy.
I mean, when you look at it, they're the 7th seed now. and they only a half game back from the 6th seed. And Dallas is, I don't know what's going on out there. I guess Luka and the other guy trying to figure it out. The other guy that should not be named.
And Jason Kidd had said something, and they asked Luka about it. And these media people are messy, bro. No matter where you are, they're messy. He would try. I guess Jason Kidd had said something about them being more mature, and they asked Luka about it, and Luka was like, yeah, I guess it's true. Like, yeah, like I could have been more mature. Like he was like, I knew you were gonna say something about it. Like these guys, like they know that you're trying to get them to slip up, man.
But that soundbite, that's it.
Right. And they know who the guys are that do that shit.
They know. And he said, I knew you were gonna be the one that was gonna say that. That's literally what he said. I knew you were gonna be the one to say it. Everybody started laughing. But you know what I mean? Like it's part of the game, man. These guys are getting used to each other's games. You putting two big talents together. It's not gonna just happen seamlessly. It happened with LeBron and D-Wade too when they first got together. So it happens, man. I think they'll work it out, and I'm interested to see how that Western Conference. There's gonna be a lot of upsets in the West because they're so like close. Like there's gonna be a lot of upsets in the West. But I'm looking forward to it, man. Thank you guys for coming out. Like I said, like, subscribe, share with your mama, your grandmammy, your auntie, and your uncle,
your pastor.
Your pastor. You know what I'm saying?
Your midwife.
Your midwife. Yo, if your midwife is a Knicks fan, that's that. Yo, she must have a real New York upbringing, for real. But man, thank you guys for tuning in. Y'all have a good one. Until next time. Peace.
All right. Peace.